Are we beginning to see some changes in the candidates for president that could lead to a totally different outcome in 2020? Well, my crystal ball is beginning to say more and more, Mayor Pete.
Informed, non-inflamed. Politics.
Hi everyone, John Daly here with some Informed, Non-Inflamed. Now, I try to look ahead and see what might be coming. If you remember, more than 4 years ago, 14 months out from the 2016 election, I was right about Donald Trump. Now, 2 months ago, I gave you a hint that I think Mayor Pete may be resonating now. Here are 10 reasons why I'm beginning to see it even more. Now, please note, I am not endorsing any candidate. This is not an endorsement in any way. This is just me trying to show off how much I think I know. So here are the 10 reasons why people may change their support for a different Democratic nominee, and it could be Mayor Pete Buttigieg. First, the impeachment process and Donald Trump's reaction to it. Trump has literally proven himself guilty. In his news conferences, he asks other countries to investigate Joe Biden. Now, granted, there may be some tactical reason for this to upend impeachment, but the majority of Americans will see this as Trump unhinged. You're beginning to see Republicans who are distancing themselves from him. Not all, but more and more. Reason 2, Joe and Hunter Biden. Sure, it seems that they did nothing wrong according to the timelines and the political maneuverings of the Obama administration and the Western allies at the time. But what will resonate with voters again is the amount of money Hunter Biden made from a Ukrainian company. No matter how legal it looks, to the average American, it looks like another sweetheart deal that only a politician could get and an everyday citizen could not. People are also tired of the Trump children taking advantage of their time in office as well. Reason 3, Elizabeth Warren. Democrats on Wall Street have already said if she's the nominee, they'll vote for Trump. Now, if you're a Democratic voter, that does not settle well. They realize Wall Street has not only influence, but money that can change a race. Democrats will also realize the usual Democratic constituency, African Americans, did not come out in numbers to support Hillary Clinton. Many believe those Obama voters who didn't show up in 2016 put Donald Trump in the White House. So the Democratic voter or the independent that leans Democratic may not be in line with Elizabeth Warren. Reason 4, Bernie Sanders. Bernie is off the campaign trail because of heart complications. It doesn't look good. And guess what? Age matters. Not many will say it out loud because it comes across as age discrimination. But younger voters are going to say, why do I want somebody who is physically or mentally incapacitated taking on the most important job in the world? The average voter, even baby boomers, will tell you they don't want an old president. We know what happened at the end of Ronald Reagan's term. We have seen what an older and unhinged Donald Trump looks like. Joe Biden is only a portion of what he used to be. Bernie Sanders comes across as a cranky old man. Mayor Pete does not. Reason 5, frontrunners burn out. If you look at the last 3 or 4 elections, the candidates who come out of the blocks fast did not win the nomination. Things change. Voters begin to hear and see candidates in a different way. The candidate who lays back and continues to deliver their message outside of the cable news fray sometimes has a better chance. Reason 6, people are tired of the BS we get from all the media. We get way too much of the entertainment and sports bias. The news organizations can show us the drama and hate between the political parties. They can also break down the numbers like an NFL analyst looking at defensive and offensive stats. What we're not getting is solutions to the problems that affect the everyday lives of everyday voters. My guess is the majority of voters are not paying attention to the everyday, all-day media. Whoever they support publicly now, they are quietly saying to themselves, wait a minute, maybe I need to look somewhere else. Isn't it looking like that now? Reason 7, Mayor Pete himself. He is hanging in there. Soon the field will be whittled down to 4 or 5 candidates, and his fundraising should keep him there. Plus, he makes sense against Donald Trump. He is measured and thoughtful. Trump is not. Mayor Pete speaks 7 different languages. Donald Trump does not. Mayor Pete served in the military. Trump did not. We're getting tired of the reality show silliness that has only caused more division, a trade war that could hurt our economy, and a world that seems to be pulling away from us. Now, granted, Mayor Pete is only served as the mayor of South Bend, Indiana. But Donald Trump has proven that his lack of government experience is potentially harming himself and the Republican Party. Millennials and many middle-aged voters won't care that Mayor Pete is gay. He does not necessarily flaunt it. Now, if Trump had to run against him, he would use the homosexuality card that will again look like another prejudiced homophobic trait that will get tiresome. Reason 8. Mayor Pete also has plans. You don't hear about them because the Democratic Party seems to be pushing Elizabeth Warren and her plans. Reason 9. Mayor Pete can bridge the liberal and moderate wings of the Republican Party. Running a local government requires consensus and compromise. He's used to doing that. That's what most Americans want. Reason 10. Mayor Pete admits his mistakes. South Bend has had its share of racial problems. Mayor Pete took responsibility for that failure. Donald Trump seems to blame everybody else. Now, many of you will say that Mayor Pete has a problem with African American voters and that could hurt him. And yes, that could be true. But there is also a way to solve that. Put Stacey Abrams on his ticket. Okay, so there they are. What do you think? Let me know. Remember to follow my Twitter and Facebook pages, either at John Daily News or Informed Not Inflamed. And don't forget to subscribe to Undercover Jet Setter on YouTube, our show we produce on the iPhone. Talk to you next time.
For more on John Daly, go to informednotinflamed.com.